Hello. Hi guys, how are you today? We're going to have an amazing time. Are you looking forward to today's session? I'm looking forward to today's session. What are we going to be doing today? I have a riddle for you. Yes, I do. 2 stories as usual. And I have this video that is amazing. It talks about, it shows an amazing man. I believe we can learn 1 or 2 things from him. And guess what? We define who we are. If you're out there, remember, put your name down so I can give you a shout out, okay? So that I know you are out there. And then, you know, you can join in. Do you have your dancing shoes on? I have this lovely dance coming up now. Let me share the music with you. 1 second, guys. Yes. Any day, anytime, he does it for me. I love that song. Right, guys, we're back. So we're going to I'm going to change things a bit today. The riddle, let me show you the riddle. It goes this way. I'll show it to you guys. 1 sec. Yes. How do you make the number 1 vanish? How can you guys? Do you think you know? If you know the answer to this one, you put it down in the comment section. And towards the end, I'll give you the answer. So how do you make the number 1 vanish? It's such a funny answer. And it was Touchlax that gave me the riddle. It was Touchlax, courtesy of Touchlax, who brought it out and said, oh, why don't you use this riddle? And I was like, oh, it's a good one. I'll try it. So if you have any riddles that you think you know that is funny, let me know and we'll bring it in. And when we are having our session, we'll include that. Okay, guys? Right. So if you think you know the answer to this, let me know. Put it down in the comment section. How do you make the number 1 vanish? Go poof. Okay. Great job. So we have 2 stories to read. Why don't we get started with one story? So as always, we read one story from this book, 100 Bible Stories, and then we're going to read, this is another very funny book. It's called Hector and Hummingbird. I read it and I laughed so hard. It's such a funny book. Okay, so let's get started with the first story for today. Jesus raises Lazarus. That's an interesting one. Let's see how it goes. A messenger brought urgent news to Jesus from Martha and Mary, the 2 women he had stayed with in the village of Bethany. Their brother Lazarus had fallen seriously ill, and they feared he was dying. Jesus had made firm friends with the 2 sisters and their brother and was very fond of all 3 of them. But to the disciples' surprise, he didn't rush off. He said to them, he said, Lazarus will be fine, Jesus told them. God had made him ill on purpose in order to show his glorious power through me. Jesus stayed there. He was preaching and healing for another 2 days. On the 3rd day, he told the disciples that he was at last heading back to Bethany. I have to wake Lazarus, he told them. But Master, if he's sleeping, won't he wake up on his own? Lazarus is dead, Jesus announced calmly. And I'm glad I wasn't there to save him, because now I can work a miracle that will give you more faith in me. By the time Jesus arrived at Bethany, Lazarus had been dead. As he approached the sisters' house, a red-eyed Martha came out. Oh Lord! She sobbed. If only you had been here, Lazarus would not have died. Wiping her tears, she looked at Jesus. For I know that God will grant you anything you ask for. Jesus was moved, and he too, he wept. If he knew he was going to wake up Lazarus, why was he weeping? I think it's because he saw the sadness. This is me. I think maybe because he saw that she was sad, and it made him sad too, because he doesn't like us being sad. He said, then he now hurried. Okay, I'll skip a bit. So they took him to Lazarus' tomb, and when he got there, he said to them, roll away the rock. There was a big rock. Look at the photo. A big rock. That was the rock that covered the tomb. The sisters were shocked. But he's been dead for a few days, they said. He'll be stinky. Jesus waved away their protests. As everyone helped clear the entrance, he started to pray. I can imagine the disciples go, uh-oh, is he going a bit too far now? This is not somebody that is fallen ill. He is dead and been dead for days. What more can you do? He's stinking. So Jesus now said, I thank you with all my heart. Now I'm asking for something that will help everyone believe that it's you who have sent me. Jesus shut his eyes and stood still, and with a very clear, firm voice, he said to the dead man, Lazarus, come forth. Imagine how uncomfortable it must have felt for everybody around there. After a while, everyone heard a shuffling sound, and a shrouded figure came staggering out of the grave. Don't be afraid, unwrap your brother, Jesus urged Mary and Martha. Hardly daring to breathe, they did so. Lazarus was alive and well again. My goodness, isn't that amazing? I can imagine they must have been going, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that, Jesus? He's been dead for a few days. So guys, it doesn't matter what we're going through or how long we've been going through that. Anything can change at any time if you believe and you put your trust in Jesus. Okay, guys, we're moving on. Remember our second story, Hector and Hummingbird. But before we do this story, I love this story. It's such a funny story. But before we do this, I want us to introduce ourselves. Who are we? Who are you? Do you know who you are? I know who I am. I'm Uzo. What's your name? What's your name? Okay. And then we're going to do these affirmations, positive statements that defines us. So I'll share my screen. Where is that? Hey, there it is. Yes, I got it. Right. Now we're going to say who we are. If you're a boy, you say, I am handsome. And I'm going to say, I am beautiful. So we're going to get started with that. And say it with so much attitude. Say it like you believe it. I am beautiful. Go on, say it. Repeat after me. Yes, you are. I am stunning. Yes, I am stunning. Honestly, I will show you this video and you will believe, if he believes, without anybody's opinion mattering, that he's a handsome young man that can do anything, you better believe it, guys. Yes, you are. I'm good looking. I have a good character. I'm loved by God. I love God. I am gentle. Some of us have to learn a bit of gentleness. I am kind. I am considerate. I am peaceful. I am a woman of peace. Yes, I am. And what are you? Go on. Do you remember any others? Special. Yes? You are unique. You can do anything. And let's put our names finally to define who we are. And you shout your name with attitude. I am Uzo. Go on, call your name. I am, call your name. Great job. Well done, guys. Excellent job. Okay, guys, remember, if you haven't subscribed, you can support me by subscribing. Thanks to everyone that have supported me so far, tuning in, reading with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful. Keep on supporting me by subscribing. Look for the subscribe button down, this side or that side, okay, this side. Hit the subscribe button and yes, subscribe. And you tune in every Thursday at 7:30. We do our reading. Okay, so what do we do next? Let me see. Do I show you the video or do I read the book? If you're out there, don't forget to put your name down so that I know you are there and I can give you a shout out. Do we read the book first and then I'll show you the video at the end? Okay, we'll do that. Okay, Hector and the Hummingbird. Let's get going. I told you I love this story. Deep in the mountains of Peru lived a bear. Ooh, that's an apple falling, I think. That scared me a bit. A hummingbird called Hummingbird. He's a hummingbird and he's called Hummingbird. Him and the bear, they were best of friends. Mostly, not all the time. There they are. Oh, look at them having a good time. That's the bear and that's the hummingbird. Okay. But sometimes Hector, the bear, he got cross with Hummingbird. Whenever Hector just wanted a nice quiet snack, Hummingbird wouldn't stop talking. Chatter, 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 chatter. Hey, Hector, is that a custard apple? I love custard apples. I'm going to eat this one. Oh, no, I'm going to eat that one. Shall I eat your own? Hector, Hector! He's just a talkative. That would drive anyone bonkers. He just wants some peace and quiet and to eat his food. And whenever Hector wanted a nice, quiet scratch on the tree, scratch, you know, bears love to scratch the backs, Hummingbird wouldn't stop copying him. Hey, Hector, are you scratching? I'm going to scratch too. Oh, you've got the scratchiest tree. Look, I'm the best scratcher. I'm that Hector. Hector! Oh my goodness, he just wants to scratch his back, guys. He just wants to scratch his back. And he can do it with some peace and quiet because of Hummingbird. He goes, he should be a parrot. I think he should be a parrot. And whenever Hector just wanted a nice, quiet nap in the branches, Hummingbird wouldn't leave him alone. Why? Chatter, 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 chatter. Hey, Hector, are you asleep? Shall I sleep too? Badge up! Actually, no, I'm not really sleepy. Shall I tell you a story then? I tell really good stories. Hector, Hector! One day, Hector had enough. Oh, there's Hector. He just needs a nap. But Hummingbird wouldn't let him. Oh. Ah! Leave me alone! Oh, dear me. Hector stomped off into the jungle I'm going to find a bit of quiet and a bit of peace. That's him screaming. And that's him there, yep, screaming, ah, leave me alone. He'd had enough. But let's see what happens next. It's quite an interesting story. Hummingbird was sad, understandably. I can understand that. He'd never known Hector was cross with him. Oh dear. He decided he'd better follow and find out why. Hey Hector, what's peace and quiet? Is it in the jungle? Can I help you look for it? Stop following me. I want to be on my own. Oh my goodness, that's not nice, Hector. That's him. Oh, Hummingbird is so sad. Look. Oh dear. And that's the bear stomping off. Let's see what happens next. Guys, if you're out there, remember you can subscribe and join me every Thursday at 7:30 for reading stories. So Hummingbird stopped following him. Mostly. He stopped following him mostly. Hector walked deep into the jungle. At last he was on his own. He felt very excited, but a little bit odd. Maybe he was just hungry. Guys, what do you think? Why did he feel odd? He was alone now. He wants some peace and quiet. Yeah? And now he has some peace and quiet, but he's feeling a bit odd. Guys, do you know why he's feeling odd? I don't know. So Hector picked a custard apple and sat down to have a nice, quiet snack. The fruit was sweet and delicious, but it felt funny eating it on his own. Hummingbird would really like this custard apple, thought Hector. He doesn't want some peace and quiet. I think he's missing Hummingbird. That's what I think. Now he has some peace and quiet. He's eating the custard apple, but he's not so much as loving it. Okay. Next, Hector found what looked like the scratchiest tree in the jungle. He settled down to have a nice, quiet scratch. But he felt funny scratching on his own. Hummingbird would love scratching on this tree, sighed Hector. Dark fell, and Hector settled down for a nap. The jungle was noisy at night and a little bit scary. Hector couldn't sleep. I wish Hummingbird was here. I wish he was here, Hector sniffed. He could tell me a story. Scary. There he is on the tree all alone at night. I'll feel scared if I'm all alone at night in the jungle. A story? Yay! Hummingbird said. You should have said. I love telling stories. Once upon a time, Hummingbird, cried Hector. You're here. I missed you. I missed you too, except I was here all along. Here all along, said Hector. I thought I told you not to follow me. But why? Because you never stop chatter talking. I'm just being friendly and you're always copying me. You always have really good ideas. Oh, said Hector. Really? There he is. He's ecstatic to see Hummingbird. Yeah, and that's the other page. That's when Hummingbird screamed. Just then, Hector had his best idea yet. Hummingbird, can you copy me now by being really, really quiet? Absolutely. Guys, what do you think? That's him telling him his best idea. They're in the jungle. That's them there. And he did. He told him to copy him. And he did mostly. Guess what happens next? Hey, Hector, this is fun, isn't it? We're really being quiet, aren't we? I love being quiet, don't you, Hector? Hector! That's the end of today's story. That's them walking into the jungle. And he's not quiet at all. He just loves to chatter, chatter, chatter. Chatter, chatter, chatter. Great job. So guys, remember the riddle, but nobody is dropping anything in the comment section. I have a feeling I have the settings wrong again today, so forgive me, guys. I must have it wrong. Maybe I set it to to switch off the comments, and I'm really sorry about it. So I'll make sure it doesn't happen like that again tomorrow. Except maybe you're just not posting any comments or letting me know you're out there. So anyways, the answer to that riddle is, do you want me to tell you the answer? No, I will not. What I'm going to do is share this video about this young man who is incredible. He has every reason to believe that maybe he's not special, or people must have made him feel that way, but he doesn't believe that. He's a very special young man, very special. I'll just share a few minutes of this clip with you guys, just 2 or 3 minutes. I'm sure you've heard about him.
It's an overworked word, but there's no other way to describe Nick Vujicic. He really is inspiring. Nick was born without arms or legs. And when he tells the story of his birth, the shock, the confusion suffered by his parents, he'll have you in tears. Growing up wasn't all that much fun either. So how did this poor little Aussie kid do so well? Become school captain, go to uni, get a double degree, and set himself up in a really great job. That's the story we're about to tell. A message of cope with their problems. A message you'll never forget.
So that's really an amazing story, a story of inspiration. You know, you have to accept yourself. You have to accept who you are. You have to be confident in who you are. Be confident in your own skin. Don't let anybody make you feel less. If that guy doesn't feel any less, then why should I? Why should I worry what people's opinion of me about? Live your best life every day. No harm believing that you can do anything. Okay, guys. This brings us to the end of today's session. So the answer to the riddle, let me read out the riddle again. Oh, where's that? Where's the riddle? Hope I can find it. Oh, I can't find it. Oh dear. Okay. How can you make the number 1 vanish? I'll tell you. When you add the letter G to 1, it gives you what? Gone. So you can make the letter ONE vanish by putting the letter G in front of one, and it's God. Right, guys, that's the end of today's reading session. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed yet, remember you can click the button here or there. Okay. Hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and support me, please. We'll see you next week at 7:30. I had an amazing time. Did you? I did too. Take care. Bye-bye.